Stonehenge, where the demons dwell,
where the banshees live,
and
they
the
do live
dream well.
Where a man's a man.
And the woman is glad for it.
Well, we would hope so. Folks, welcome to...
Hi, folks.
This is kind of like your Triple D live
Triple D in the daytime.
You know, because I'm going to be at a Jimmy Dore comedy show tomorrow night. So I won't be able to be here.
You know, it's kind of too bad this isn't our regular show, the day show.
Why?
We do the Friday show and call it Triple D After Dark.
We can still after dark. We can still after dark it if we want to. Hector, welcome.
Hello, Heck.
Hector. The heck with Hector. Hector.
So have you had lunch yet?
Actually, I had breakfast.
You did? Oh, okay. One of those days, huh?
Well, that's most of those days. You know, you wake up around 11ish, and you're like, "All right," and breakfast it's brunch. Okay, we'll call it brunch. Paul, welcome. Hector, welcome. So as we fill up with viewers, I gave away 5 channel memberships last.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
We got 5 to give away today.
Is this one of those ones where we
no? It just YouTube just randomly says 5 people who don't have memberships get a membership for a month. And listen, folks, the benefits of the membership, it's not huge. You do get videos quicker. Not the live streams. Doesn't affect the live streams. Although if your name is showing up green in the chat you're sick. In the life, well, you could be sick, mentally, physically, I can't tell you, but it means that you're a member if you're highlighting green, which is cool. Right? People have to know that you're supporting this channel. But in addition to that, we've been doing surveys so I can tell and find out what you all like, what you enjoy, what kind of reviews you want to do on the regular part of this channel. By the way, if there's breaking news, whether you're a member or not, I'm probably going to get it up as quickly as possible. I'm not looking to screw anybody over. But for regular content, I know. But for regular content, there's like a 12 to 24-hour delay before when the members. YouTube is weird, right? You have subscribers and members, but members are those that pony up $1.99 a month. Mm-hmm. By the way, if you do $9.99 a month, like T. Murphy and Climbing That Mountain, you get shout-outs. God bless.
And you get a big, wet, sloppy kiss from Bad Mike.
Oh, no.
You have to come to North Texas to get it.
Oh, well, all right. Listen, that's just a bonus. That's between you, Bad Mike, and the wall. I don't need to know.
And the con. So everybody at the con knows it? Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God, allergies!
So allergies? Oh boy!
Yeah, no, you got a cold, Glen. So
I'm it's like 2.5 weeks with this thing. It's really disgusting. I mean, coughing and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it's because I'm old. I don't know.
Is Glenn playing a homeless man in a play? So he's dressed that way and hasn't shaved today.
Yes. I have not shaved in about 2.5 weeks because I've been sick and I was afraid I was going to cut my throat or something. So
yeah, you don't want to be like shaving because Glenn has.
I'm looking forward to shaving soon.
Oh no, Mike.
Oh, tongue included. Boy, a bonus.
I'm not sure if anybody really wants that bonus. I'm not sure how big a bonus that bonus actually is.
Well, yeah, but the person's going to be held down by his brother in the G-spot.
Oh yeah, the tongue.
Yeah,
you're gonna get your birthday.
He's gonna hold. His brother's going to hold you in the thong. He's going to hold you down, and Mike's going to give you the big old kiss. And then you can file charges later.
You're not selling these memberships there, Glenn. This is not like a selling point. It's like, I don't even want the free one. You keep the free one. It's okay. I'll pass.
So So when do you want to do this?
We'll do this at about the half-hour mark.
Sure. Okay.
So, for peoples are in here.
Sounds good.
Because I listen already. Like Hector and Paul, they're members, so they're not gonna. They'll be like, "Oh, yeah, you're already supporting the channel. You're not in the mix." So we want to get new blood. But honestly, even if you only keep the free membership for the month that it's given, participate in the polls. That's where I'm looking to get your feedback. So you might as well give it while you get a chance. This thing is getting complicated. Mike, you're making it as well, Glen is making it complicated. And I don't think anybody wants membership. I know. It hurts. It's very hurtful. My God.
We'll always have Paris.
No, we don't talk about Paris.
That's right. That's
don't
right.
talk about
That's
the Paris.
right.
But so Glenn, we always do this little aspect when we're doing Triple D about this last week in gaming, and I've had absolutely no week of gaming for a couple of weeks now since Joe's campaign wrapped up, which was a lot of fun. First time I actually got to like 9th level ever in a D&D campaign, because I always ran them. And 9th level in just over 2 years as a gnome priest. And I know I picked a class combination that nobody in their right mind would probably pick, but I like to go out of the box.
Gnome?
Gnome? Yeah,
nobody. Of course you know him.
Nobody likes the gnomes. Nobody likes the gnomes.
I like gnomes.
If you had to cut one of the core races from AD&D, which would be one of the first races you'd cut?
Half orcs.
Yeah, they're not. I never really consider them a core race, but which like gnomes? Are they a dwarf? Are they a halfling?
You got to give them their own flavor. Okay. Yes, they're related to dwarves, but like in my world, gnomes are the original Doc Browns. They're the original crazy inventor, mad scientist types.
Oh, so they're the Tinkers.
Yes, I took a cue from the Tinker gnomes and decided to make them like I said, the Doc Browns.
The Doc Browns.
Yep.
Okay, I got you. I can see that. I mean, hey, better than Gully Dwarves, right? And
that's true,
folks. Dragonlance. If you've seen the controversy about the art recently, they didn't want Larry Elmore's art because it was too dated. So they got a guy who can't do people, does amazing scenery and does great dragons, but can't do peoples for steeples. It really looks bad. But Dragonlance, I enjoyed the core book fiction, but I didn't care about Lord Sloth or any of these other shitty. It's like, we got to dig into this because I didn't want to read the Book of Kindred Tales or whatever else that they were shoving out there back in the day, and I never wanted to run the adventures because it was just too much of a story game.
Absolutely,
right?
Hector. Absolutely.
It was a railroad. You couldn't get around it.
Yeah.
You know who I would? No more Dragonkin. As if it wasn't an AD&D, it ain't a race. No Dragonkin in my campaigns. God damn it. Sorry, Hector.
Excuse me.
I'm getting all feisty here.
Well, yeah, I get Dragonkin or, well, if you're going to go 5e, or Tieflings.
Oh God. It's like, we liked Planescape, but not enough to treat it with any respect. But let's just keep the Tieflings.
Yeah, well, I get rid of the Tieflings, but I have a soft spot for the Warforged. I know that's an Eberron thing, but it feeds into my steampunk love. You know, I like steampunk fantasy.
See, like my only gameplay Warforged. My whole third edition was never playing 30. It was playing DDO.
Mm-hmm.
And we, occasionally it's, somebody would play a Warforged, and I'd be like, oh, okay, they're pretty kick ass, but you can't heal them. I'm like,
no, you repair them.
I know,
but
wasn't the same. Listen, I had two main characters in GDO. One was a bard, and one was a fighter cleric. Both powerful combinations, even for some soloing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could, tweak the crap out of it. The bard was essentially a magic user with a sword that could heal. It's like, oh, I can do a lot of crowd control.
Kind of like the old basic D&D elves.
Yeah.
A sword and cast a spell. Oh boy, when I went back to like Mincer, and I found out about that, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to play elves from now on.
Well, even in AD&D First Edition,
mm-hmm.
you could be a multi-class fighter, magic user, elf, and cast your spells in armor.
Yeah,
you couldn't do thieving skills in armor though. That was where but then 2E, you could no longer cast in armor. So I was like, oh, I don't like that rule.
Somebody wanted to play a changeling.
Yeah, so I was noticing the same thing.
Why don't they play a doppelganger too while you're at it?
Gosh darn it! Why, Marsha? I want to play a changeling.
Have you ever had anybody come to your table saying, I want to play this specific thing?
Yes.
And they will not play anything else. I'm not talking about they always play this stuff, but I'm saying that like a new player coming there and going, I want to play an Elven Blade Singer and nothing else.
All right.
And
I have.
And you look at them and they're usually overpowered.
Yep.
And you say, well, do you work with them or just say, no, bye?
Well, here's the thing. So shortly after I retired, I got invited into a twice-a-month group out in Long Island that played after work hours.
Mm-hmm.
So played in the evenings on Thursday nights from like 7 to 10. It was an AD&D 1E group.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. And I was in that group for probably close to about a year. Store, change, locate, all this stuff. We used to rent a private room, like a conference room. We would all pony in $5 a piece. So you had the room for, I don't know, $40 for 3 hours. It was great. But when they changed locations to a smaller location, we had to play out there in the general public. And when you're playing in the general public, you got to take anybody that walks up to your table, essentially. You don't have a choice. And I was running Swords and Wizardry Light. This is Swords and Wizardry Light.
So far long ago.
No. And this kid, and I say kid, he was young 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Little different. Goes, oh, what are you playing? We're playing classic D&D. Classic D&D? Like original D&D? We're playing that. He goes, oh, cool. I want to play. Now, we had an established group, but you had to allow in anybody who wanted to join in. That was the requirements. Okay. Fine enough. All right. So, tell me about the character. Oh, I already have a character. I go. He wanted to play, and this is when I already went off the rails, a female halfling with wings.
I see where this is going.
Yep. Already had this like magical sword. And I was like, no, you're a brand new character. You don't have wings. And halflings in but my halfling has wings. I go, the halflings don't have wings in my world.
And what level was he?
What's up?
What level was it? Oh,
Oh,
he
no.
said he didn't bring in like a 10th level character.
No, level 1. Well, what about my magic sword? I feel the sword was called. I said, no, you start out at level 1. This went on. Listen, this was the longest 2.5-hour game session I can ever recall. Trying to get and they kept on going. Things like, oh, I fly up to the ledge. I go, you don't have wings. And I wanted to say you don't have fucking wings, but I couldn't get there. Because I was in public representing the store.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the session, kid's like, oh man, this is great. When are you guys back? I went, oh shit. It's like, well, we don't play next week. Because, well, I got to leave because my mom's picking me up. But I'll be sure to be back here looking for you guys. I went, all right. And that was like, we got to miss next session. We got to be away for at least a month. Because I can't deal with this kid again.
See you next time. Not if I see you first.
Yeah, bye-bye. Hello. Hey, Norman. Yeah, it was, oh my God. Come to think of it, that may have been our last session at that place. Because then we checked out a local library, and then the organizer, Tim, moved, and it was like, all right. Wasn't worth it. But yeah, it was reminded me of my college days when we had this kid called the Geek Master as part of the D&D club. He was a peripheral member, but the first time we met him, he walks in and he's like, oh, is this the D&D club? I'm like, yes, it is. Oh, great. I want to show you this world I designed. And he literally unfolds 8.5 by 11 pages that are all taped together that filled up a wall and starts talking about the flying elves in the northwest corner, and we're all like, oh, what the fuck have we gotten ourselves into? It was almost on. I could see it reaching that level later on, but thank God it did. Thank God it did.
Well, excuse me. I'll never forget one of the first times I ran D&D for Gage when he was 11, 12, 13, about 12. And he was living in our house at the time for that year.
Right.
And he was going to school over near where we were. And he had some buddies, and he brought one of his friends home. And it's like, you want to play D&D? Oh, yeah, I want to learn D&D. Okay, fine. And Gage made up his character. And the kid says, I said, well, what are you going to play? And he starts going into this, okay, I want to play this elven thing with the magical weapons, and he's got all these stats, and he's got a big strength, and and it's like, this sounds way familiar. What do you watch when you're not here? What do you watch on TV? Oh, stuff like Death Note. Well, that's not how this game works. You're not going to be Mr. Hotshot, Mr. Hotshot character right off the bat. And he was not happy with that. He played, but he never came back.
And that's the whole thing, right? Everybody wants that. Well, not everybody, but a certain aspect of player wants that instant gratification. I want to be the Uber. I want to be better than everybody else. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like, no, you got to be you want to be the part of the team that is integral, but you don't want to be better.
Yeah.
Yes, Mike, that pantheon of 135 gods.
Wow.
Oh my God. Yeah, no. Let me show you my personal world I've worked on for 20 years.
I don't know which is worse, these guys that want to play, broken characters at the get, or the loners. So,
well, what do you mean by the loners?
Well, guys that don't want to go, they're in an adventure. I'm going over here.
The disruptors.
Yeah, they play the Wolverine types, the Clint Eastwood types,
Yeah.
I'm part of the group, but I'm not part of the group.
Yeah, no, usually they're the ones that throw a hissy fit when the party doesn't follow them.
Yeah.
I'll go this way. Like, well, we're not. Well, why not? Because who made you God?
That's right.
You know,
I've got a rule in my game. Majority rules. So if you want to stay in town and get drunk, and we're going into the abandoned mine over there, guess which group I'm going to follow as GM?
the majority.
Mm-hmm.
And that works.
And when they come back to town, we'll find out what you did.
But that's not fair. What about me? I'm the center of attention, dude. It's all about me and my desires. I mean, listen, role-playing games, and we've discussed this like on Gamers Health and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's great. They're great as a tool to teach cooperation, to teach team building, because you have to work together as a team in order
Mm-hmm.
to succeed. You get to see that the various parts are stronger than the individual pieces.
Yes, all Black Edgelord.
Yep. So when and AD&D, for good or bad, is designed that way. AD&D, AD&D. I've got AD&D, but no, AD&D, Dungeons and Dragons, games like that, they are designed where your character fills a niche, right? You are the fighter, you are the cleric, even with multi-classing, you fill a role, and you need to fill all those roles for the game to be successful. And I remember when there was a period of time in my college days when we only had 3 of us that were regularly playing in the group. That's rough. So we couldn't play D&D.
Mm-hmm.
But we played Roll Master, Space Master, RuneQuest. We played games that you could pick up different aspects of a role. There was an overlap. You weren't, shoved into the round peg and the square hole, which is a great design for D&D, but D&D by that design needs generally 3 or 4 players.
Yeah, but you should have overlap in the group, because I myself am a big proponent of I had the word in my head before you were talking. Now I can't think of it. Redundancy.
Okay.
This is why I carry a whole 25 pencils when I go game or something like that. Because, I want a backup for stuff. And if you got characters who overlap, you can do that.
Yes. And that's why, for me,
the cleric's out of healing spells, or he's he's disabled or whatever, but the paladin can do it, sort of.
And that's true. But when you have a small group, getting away from a class-based system is probably the best way. But when you have a large group, class-based is almost a perfect way, because it means that everybody's going to have a role.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody will have a time when they get a chance to shine. Mike, no nudity, man. We're not doing any redundancy, not nudity. You're late to the game, dude. Always late to the game. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. What can I tell you? But and I think that is, it's the 2 different game designs, and it does make me think a lot about it at times. If I want to run a small group, I want to get away from classes. I want that built-in overlap. As a D&D player, invariably I run clerics or bards. A cleric can be a frontline fighter, a cleric can be a crowd control with the right spells, and you're the healer. And in the case of my gnome priest, I was also an occasional thief and or illusionist, because I had spells from that school, or a bard, because I like maybe to fill in a role that's needed, but I'm not looking to have a primary role. for me as a player, I have more fun shining when the chips are down and you step up and fill the role, as opposed to, Eric's always the fighter. He's always the one that stopped the breach. No, it's like, oh shit, the fighter went down. Who do we got? Oh, well, we got Tenkar. Let's send up the Bard. Oh, this is going to be rough, but maybe pull it off, right? Because that's just how I. Bad Mike, the group I'm in running now, everyone is running 2 characters due to only 5 people. Well, 4 now. And the characters must be different classes. That makes
a bit of sense.
It makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. Why not?
David, welcome. Immortal Rising comic book, welcome. Anybody else I've missed over the last couple of minutes?
Immortal.
So, yes, David, we kind of do this for people over the pond or people who want to kill time at work.
Yeah.
I should be working, but if I can watch a live stream for an hour, what the hell? It's all good. It's all gravy.
Oh, yeah. I do. I have not gamed for quite a while, since January, I think. I did the show. That was over, 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And I think I'm just going to have to start getting into contact with my Monday online game again, because at least one of those guys is coming to North Texas with me, and I got to, we're probably going to have to give him a ride or something like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to hook up with that again. So that's where my gaming stands right now. And I'm still writing the Gangbusters game. So one of these days I'll get done, maybe even before the con. Who knows? Woo.
Well, at the end of the month, I have WizardCon, so I'll get some gaming in there. And then I think Don and Tom want to start a fairly regular D&D session on Tuesdays, which I think Don wants to stream. So God bless any and all of you who will watch us live stream our games.
Have fun.
Listen. People had a lot of fun watching the guys from the Random Party playing in Shadow Dark.
Mm-hmm.
They had a blast, which was great. We did it twice, but it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous, and it's you never know what stupid shit's gonna come out of a live stream like that.
You're right, actually.
Yeah, no more consuming project than writing a tabletop RPG game book. How about avoiding writing a TTRPG game book?
Oh yeah,
I think the avoidance is even more time consuming than actually writing it.
It is. Writing a game for a con is kind of like time consuming too, because you avoid it. I do. Well, at least I do. Anyway. But what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a stupid GM.
Yes.
Anyway, what else has been going on with us? You said you're gearing up for what?
I'm gearing up for
at the end of the month, right?
Glen, listen, we're both bearding up, but
that's soon to be go away after I get rid of this.
And here's the secret is that I prefer shaving with a blade, but I also leak like a sieve because I am on blood thinners, so I generally have to break.
And I use a safety razor, which is like one step away from a straight razor.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting. Let me put it that way.
In my house, Rachel be coming in. Oh my God! What were you butchering in the sink? It gets my face. Don't worry about it.
I have styptic. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Like,
and Mike, I haven't really got any movies this week, so
nothing coming your way, Mike.
But I hesitate to show this, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's a bootleg. I got this.
Bootleg.
And let me tell you, it looks great. I wanted this series for a long time, and Disney is not cooperating. So I found it on a website, and I bought it, and I loved it. I love it. I love this series. This is one of the few streaming series I actually completed.
Nice.
And all three seasons are in here. It's just great. It's the newest DuckTales. Woo. But
DuckTales. Woo. Mellow WizardCon is in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the last Friday, Saturday, Sunday of April, I do believe.
Mike shaves with a bread knife. Yeah.
And butter. Who needs shaving cream when you got butter?
Who knew?
And that way you make yourself, it seals up right away with that nice greasy butter. Oh,
Watching
my God.
stuff you sent me, and you're gonna have more this year.
Uh-oh.
See, you make me a special guest, you get more.
You know what? That sounds like a pay-to-play deal, and I don't want to know about that.
Yeah.
All right. So, since we're at the halfway mark of today,
well, it's funny, Mike. I got this on a website that specializes in putting. I mean, they have other things, but they specialize in putting on streaming series and movies that the other services do not put on physical media. So you could go there and find, a lot of stuff that's been on HBO Max or Netflix or stuff like that. Anyway, okay, I've done my bit for pirating. So, go ahead.
Oh, hee hee. Arr. We're not the pirates here.
We've been doing some pirating lately.
All right, I'm going to be giving away 5 membership. All right, could we at the halfway mark? So I might as well.
It's not even talk like a pirate day. Okay.
Oh my God! Actually, Glen, I got
making him. Yeah.
Has there been an update on your?
No.
All right.
I'm like, that's in the graveyard of unfulfilled Kickstarters right now.
Okay, I'm throwing out 5 people are getting free memberships to the Tavern for a month. TMB, Leo 9 sign, Joseph Craig, Shirax, and Dynamo Ned. So listen, what does this mean? It means, well, A, if you comment, you'll show up in green, which is fun. But you'll get the non-live videos. You'll get them earlier. Generally 12 to 24 hours earlier. And you can participate in the polls. If you go to the community section on YouTube under posts, you'll see polls. I do polls right now because I'm trying to find out where you all want the direction to go to. So, for this. Ben Mike, I just got from Japan a live Led Zeppelin concert from the late 70s. That's available nowhere in the world legally. So
wow. That's just wow. Well, here Disney wants Sony to put out their physical media now, so we'll see what happens.
Well, do you remember back in the day of pressed records when you could get the pirated records? Like you wanted a live concert of bootlegs of like Rush or Led Zeppelin or Iron Maiden, and it looked like it was melted at somebody's own backyard press. They were, oh my God.
Let me Beatles bootlegs was like an industry in itself.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I do remember those days though.
Oh yes.
Sound quality was always lacking. It wasn't hi-fi.
Sometimes you'd be surprised though.
Okay.
Like I was surprised in this Blu-ray. It's so crisp and clear. It's like it was an official release. So yeah, some of those bootlegs would really surprise you sometimes. I used to have the Live from the Tavern Club, the Beatles, that some no-name label put out until Apple told them not to. Yeah, and it was this guy King Size Taylor actually recorded the Beatles in the Tavern Club one night before they even got famous.
Wow.
And it was great. It was wonderful.
Hector, if he tells you where you can get it, he'd have to kill you. Just saying. Don't want to cause no troubles here. Want to keep everybody hunkadory, straight as an arrow.
Yeah, Tim B. Chris Gore is full of shit. So,
I don't. Who's Chris Gore? Educate me, sir.
I mean, he's just a YouTube reviewer. He's probably into the media and stuff. Yeah, I hear that all the time. The death of physical media. Well, last year, DVDs sold out every other film on disc format, Blu-rays, 4Ks, whatever. So they're still a viable thing. It's just like a lot of these companies just don't want to deal with it. Like I said, Disney said, Sony, you put out our stuff.
You don't own your digital media necessarily. You do own a DVD.
Well, technically, what you own is a copy of that physical media.
Right, I know, but what I'm saying is,
I don't really care if I have the rights to it. I just want a copy of it.
What I'm saying, is if you're relying on streaming for all your movies, and all of a sudden, well, we're sorry, but March of the Wooden Soldiers is now verboten and pulled. You'll never see it again.
Yeah.
Or, they find a scene offensive in Wizard of the Oz,
or they cut it out or something.
Yeah. Well, no, it's only like the reimagining of Star Wars, dude. Han shoot first. Let me re-edit that.
By the way, this website I got this on, they had the original trilogy, the despecialized version, where they took all the stuff that George Lucas, put back in. It's like when you saw it originally when it came out, and they have a 4K. They have 4Ks of those.
Wow.
Blu-rays and 4Ks, and
I
hear they look great.
Those special effects that they said, oh, that's not. I can do better now.
Mm-hmm.
People like the originals for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like saying, the wood box original set, not the wood grain box, the original, but the reprint that came out, I don't know, 10 years ago.
The special
version. Yeah. With the reimagined art that looks now in retrospect, it looks like it was done by AI reimagining it. Who wants that when they can have the original? But Watsy thinks that you want their new interpretations of the art.
Yeah.
Matthew, welcome. Welcome.
Please have a seat and let us entertain you.
You don't disturb your neighbor.
Let us entertain you. Hey, there's a character for Gangbusters. I'm going to remember that voice. Let us entertain you.
Let us entertain you. Please step over here.
I'm also thinking in North Texas this year. I mean, I've got my Gangbuster game set up. I'm going to run 2 sessions of it. But I'm also thinking of running that Ghostbusters game I ran for you guys.
Again. Oh, that was a blast.
Yeah.
That was a blast. If Glen is going to run Ghostbusters, folks,
Tim Schneider writes really good Ghostbusters games, and Mutant Future games, and Crypt World games,
and Time Master. He ran Time Master.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
he also ran Toon.
Yes. Well, you.
I remember with you and Raish.
Yeah, you were.
I was the assistant.
You were the assistant.
Yeah.
Don, welcome.
Hello, Don.
Yes, Matthew.
Hello, my friend Don.
We like to be a work distraction. It kind of works out well for us.
We're going to try and get Mark on the 18th so he can push the Gangbusters release coming out the next week.
We're going to work it. We're going to work it well.
Hey, Matt, congratulations.
You're going to enjoy it, Matt. Glen does a great Gangbusters.
My game sold out. At least the half they put up there for purchase. And I looked. I go, "There's 5 people. How many do they hold back? I don't want like a 10 person table.
You can
That'd be
handle
crazy.
it.
That'd be crazy. That'd be cray.
I don't know how crazy it would be. It's so crazy. Don's gonna be printing the gangbusters next week.
Yay! Yahoo! Like I said, three games are premiering this month. You know, I'm surprised we haven't heard from the Emperor's Choice people. I'm really surprised because they're always like, gung ho and on top of it.
They may be knee deep in prep, and it may be. Listen, release dates always slip anyway, so maybe it's slipping a little bit.
Yeah, like that Hell of a Town. I don't, it's supposed to come out this month, but I'm not going to hold my breath for it.
So, what is Hell of a Town?
It's a cartoon role-playing game, but it's like, have you ever seen the movie Cool World?
Yes.
It's like that.
Okay.
I think they called it the Toon Gangster game or something like that, and it's got all these parodies of regular cartoons that are on now. They got a SpongeBob parody, they got a Dick Dastardly parody, they got a Scooby-Doo parody characters,
right?
And they even have that Fallout. What's his name? The kid, the mascot for Fallout. I can't remember. I don't remember his name.
Oh, but
yeah,
mine around me. Oh, he
but
might be up on
they got a parody of him in there too. They're just. And what's weird is this is being written in Italian and English.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's a combination and a half.
Yeah. So a lot of psycho characters, and if Toon's not your thing and you're more destructive, I think this is the kind of game. And it's played with cards. I didn't see any dice in that game. No dice at all. So really? I would be surprised. If I get it in time, I will bring it. Okay. And I will show it at North Texas. But I will be very surprised if there's any dice having anything to do with the game. But it looks like a lot of fun. That was the last Kickstarter I backed. That was last year.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of like I think my Kickstarter days are over.
I'm Kickstartered out.
Yeah, I mean you've got like 3 of them going, don't you?
That I'm backing?
Yeah.
Don, thank you for gifting, sir. You are the man.
What did he gift? One of our members?
He gifted a membership to Raptor Jesus. Hey, there's sometimes being in with the man himself.
Oh yeah,
gives you a good deal. But yeah, I was about to. I'm afraid to see how many active Kickstarters I'm backing. But you're gonna make me look, Glenn, and I can do this because Rachel's at the dentist.
Well, Becky retires at the end of the month. She's already given her notice, so I do what I can while I can, if you know what I mean.
All right. So let's see. Shadow Dark, the Western Reaches setting. I had to back that. That was really good. Moose Quest. There was a micro knife, powerful mini keychain cutter I really liked. Song of the River Prince, because I could back it for 15. Sickest Witch, because it looks amazing, and I have the.
Is that a game or an adventure?
It was an adventure from Orkborg, but now they're representing it as a standalone game. And that's Jason Schultes. Schultes, sorry, and it looks beautiful. Emberland, it's a OSR 5e sandbox. That was $20. So and of course Glen's Rycroft. So
I'm totally out of the loop on Kickstarter.
I got you. No, I don't.
I'm out of the monkey blood loop. So
Oh, actually, Don gifted a couple. Hector and Mac Thompson.
Yeah.
You are now Super Minions, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Again, participate in the polls I'm trying to put up a couple of polls a week. I want to know what's working, what isn't working, and I value everybody's opinion. But if you are generous enough to put a few coins in the tavern's pockets, your voice goes a little bit further. So, and also you get to see the videos quicker, not the live streams. We do 4 or 5 live streams a week on this channel. It's insane.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? Cray,
cray, man. It's cray.
It is. Son of a gun.
Again, Don, thank you. So, we're trying to. Actually, I need to find out something else from the members. Like, is there something that they would like as members that isn't part of the package? I'm actually thinking of doing channel sponsorships as a membership level. So, $25 a month, you're a channel sponsor, and you get to see. Like right now, we have Master Minions. They're backing for $10. That's T Taylor and Climbing That Mountain. So every once in a while, I throw them up on the screen and give them credit. But I figure if you were an actual sponsor, you get a mention at the beginning and the end of an episode, and you get a running on the bottom. I'm thinking that we should add that, but I'll figure that out. We're getting there. Trying to bring the Tavern as a YouTube channel up to that next level.
How's that Substack thing going?
It's going well. I got to put out the free content for the first week.
Mm-hmm.
I put out a sneak peek last week because I want to put out Creative Commons content that's just free for all subscribers, and then content that others can use in published works if you're subscribing for. I think Substack defaults to $5 a month, but if you're in for $5 a month, you're going to have content that you can use in your products. It's all going to be essentially, I guess what we call it, like OSR neutral, OSR system neutral, stuff that should be able to fit into any OSR system. So, Matt, congratulations! You are another. You're another super minion.
You are a winner.
You are a super minion. Super minions, by the way. I should if you're commenting on videos, I should be getting tagged and being told that you commented and respond to your stuff quicker. But we'll see how well that works. YouTube is a quirky thing.
Oh yes.
So Glenn, now Mike, I have a question for you. How's your YouTube channel going?
It's not.
Why?
Because I've been sick. I just like dropped everything 2.5 weeks ago just to malaise. I even spent, Radio Grognard 2 weeks. I went radio silent just because I couldn't. And I'm getting it going again this week. I've got one to put up today for tomorrow. So we're just keeping on. I want to do some more live stream on my own.
Okay.
No offense.
No, not taking it.
But just, during the day, I should like pop on for an hour and say, hey guys, what's going on? This is what I want to tell you if I have anything to tell you. But that's pretty much where it stands right now.
Well, I think the unshaved Glen look is a popular look with our viewers.
Yes, it's with Becky too, but okay.
Oh.
Well, I always seem to attract women in my life who want me with a beard. Don't know why.
Glenn, I just realized who you look a little bit like.
John Goodman?
Oh, it's a John, but not John Goodman. John Stewart. Yeah, exactly.
I'm doing a Jon Stewart face.
Yeah, no. I know you are.
Really?
Really? With that beard, with the thinning, the weight loss? Definitely.
When I see, it's funny because when I was heavier, I'd people would say, "Oh, you look like Jon Stewart," and now since I've lost all the weight, is now you look like Jon Stewart with Ozempic face. Okay.
Well,
And
gee,
he does have Ozempic face.
you don't have Ozempic face.
I do. Hollow eyes, hollow cheeks.
Well, I can't see the hollow cheeks with your facial hair, so maybe that's why you should.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Maybe you keep the facial hair.
Yeah. Well, is this yours? That has that all grown out since you left the force?
Yes.
Okay.
Literally, I had the mustache.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because the mustache has come and gone over the years.
That porn star mustache there.
Yeah, but the goatee aspect, which when the sides get trimmed down, the goatee remains. The goatee literally started St. Patrick's Day of 2016.
Oh, okay.
And it was just like, okay, I can do this now.
Now, when I did that show that I just finished, I grew a mustache.
Right.
Which is funny because I had to take my makeup kit and color it in every night because nobody could see it because it's all got all gray in it. I even had to do that to my eyebrows so people could see them. But that was the show, and I shaved it off, and then I got sick, and that was actually for a pretty lousy script. That was a fun show. I was surprised. Somebody told me, I was like, this is so bad. I want to rewrite this. One of the guys said, yeah, it's like somebody's first draft of a script.
Huh.
And what's so funny about it is that the community theater had done it 10 years before. I was like, you're repeating this?
Interesting.
But I had a very small part, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Because
that's the important part, right?
Yeah. They kept saying, why don't you get a bigger part? No, that's okay. That's okay. I just want a small part. Thank you. And because that's a lot of lines. So yeah, I'm going to let the younger kids do the heavy lifting this time.
Younger kids.
Yeah, they were like 13, 14, 15-year-olds. It turns out they were it's part of a scholarship program for them.
Oh, nice.
The theater scholarship. In fact, here's the shirt. How the West Was Done. It ran 4 performances in a very beautiful theater, and which is like 4. They run 4 performances. They said, "Oh, we just do like 2 weekends, like 4 performances 1 weekend." And so when we do musicals, we do 2 weekends. I was like, okay, that's a lot of work for just like 4 performances.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm new. I'm not going to bother them. They run their theater the way they want. I don't care. They got more auditions in the future, so I'll probably do some more shows. I got Fiddler coming up again.
Oh, that's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I don't think I'll do it.
No?
I've done it once before. I've already done Fiddler. And the Elephant Man. I know I'm not going to do that one. But
I am a person. Sorry, I saw the movie God back in the day.
Oh yeah, I saw it too. David Lynch. Yeah. I saw it too. Fiddler. They were going to do. They said they were going to do Fiddler on the Roof Junior, because they got all these junior shows for like younger, like school age, high schools, and small people. But then we read the script and it leaves a lot of stuff out, so we're just going to do the regular show. Okay, fine.
If I were a rich man.
Yeah, good. I played Laser Wolf. I played Laser Wolf last time. Anyway, so, and you people get all that talent for 4 days at North Texas RPG Camp.
You can watch Glen do voices. some acting.
That sounds kind of like an oxymoron. You watch me do voices.
Well, yeah, because I watch it all.
I know.
I'm like, because listen, folks, if you've watched this channel, you know I slip into voices. It's gotten me in trouble in the past, especially when I was working retail. Because when you're young and in your 20s, you think that being funny is the way you get women. And by the way, it is.
I was in an Oriental Adventures game a while back where I played a monk, and I did a very stereotypical Asian person. And it's like we were in a public area in a game store, and the GM kept saying, "Don't talk so much. Don't talk so much." Yeah, we go over here.
No.
Only time I get in trouble now is if I play a halfling, because in my world, all halflings are Jewish.
Okay.
I mean, they do the mercantile thing real good, and they can make money. And I figure, well, let's make them Azkani Russian Jews. Sure, why not?
Not just
and it's like, nobody's going to call me out, I think.
Well, now they might, Glenn. We're going to have the ADL calling up my challenge. Do you know that one of your co-hosts, he mocks? He mocks. Are you mocking me? Are you mocking me?
Well,
man,
you got to do the voice. You got to do the NPCs. You
do. And you got to play with voices to make it real.
That's part of being behind that screen. It's like wearing the badge that comes with the badge.
Yeah.
Don't you wish that you had a official GM badge?
Oh no, I don't.
Halflings are East End London gangsters. You slag.
I like that. Little punks. See, I have, I am so out of practice. When I was working retail, and again trying to impress the chicks, my accents were great. I could do English. You're having a laugh, ain't you, Sonny? I could do all the ethnic. New York City is just rolling with accents, because the chicks, if you got a girl laughing, you were that much closer to a date, because at least you were somewhat redeemable. But I left retail, became a cop, got married. I still play the accents, but it's not like it's not the same. It doesn't have the same oomph to it. So sorry, not sorry.
Well, it's.
So now, Glenn, I got a question for you.
It's question time. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's question time. Since we don't have this Friday, and I think we kind of discussed this. Yeah. Do we want to put up an episode? Do we want to do another one of these on Sunday or Monday night?
Well, didn't I say Monday?
I think you did. I wasn't quite sure. Yeah. But I wanted to make sure.
I remember saying earlier in this show I wanted to reconnect with my Monday group, but I'm not. I can do that. I can do that anytime.
Okay. Yeah, no, because this weekend, first off, again, like I said, I try to get Rach, to a comedy show. I try to get Rach and I out to a comedy show like once a year. Although we saw Seinfeld this past
you did
fall. Yeah, that was great. The seat sucked. I mean, it was one of those like really big concert hall seats that haven't been changed in like 60 years. So my ass was dying. I tell you, my ass was dying. But yeah, I think in the last couple of years we've seen. Go ahead.
No, yeah, you've seen how many?
We saw Louder and Crowder, Steve Crowder with his opening guy. That was Steve was the least funny of his opening. People were great. Saw Jimmy Dore in Manhattan. And we see Jimmy again in Long Island this time. So we saw Seinfeld. This is going to be our fourth. Jimmy's the first one we're repeating on, but I really like his comedy and the people he brings with him because
I really should have gone to a show, some kind of show while I was there with you. And I didn't even, it's like I didn't want the hassle, basically, of trying to get tickets and all of that and get there and.
And honestly, I mean, like the Broadway shows, I haven't done a Broadway show.
Well, I wasn't even talking to a Broadway show, just a show like what you go to.
That's why I only go like every year.
I mean, last show we went to was December. We saw Three Dog Night.
That's cool.
Casinos here. Becky loved it, but she said the acoustics were horrible in the theater. Really? Before that, we saw the Guess Who. That was like the year. That was her birthday present last year, or 2023, I think. Yeah, I got her tickets thanks to a certain friend of mine. And she still remembers that. She loved it. She said, what was it? There was one song she said, don't be surprised if I cry during this one song. And it's like, oh, These Eyes. And I think it was an encore show. She says, I said, come on, everybody's around. You got to say, no, she was crying. Son of a gun. Yeah. But we even met the band. We even met the band or whatever passes for the Guess Who now. Because I managed to get like VIP tickets. We were front row.
Yep.
Could have been a little more center, but we were front row. It was great. Thank you.
We have dinner with Jimmy coming up tomorrow. So
really,
yeah, we went all in. So
Monday. You're gonna have to tell me about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
you'll probably talk all about it on Gamers Health and stuff anyway.
So. Yeah, we'll talk about it on Monday too.
All right, fine.
So, folks, listen. We keep the afternoon one short.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for Don. Thank you for treating people. Yeah. Matt, thank you for becoming a member. Those that were gifted, like I said, please. There's no obligation, but I want to hear your thoughts. Comment. Join in on the polls. I'm trying to get some feedback from everybody about the direction to take this channel. Been doing this for years. This is the year where we want to bring it up a notch, maybe not a whole level, but a notch or two. We want to bring it up a bit. So, as always, be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. Live stream tonight with Don and Tom. You can catch it on this channel. You can catch it at Wizard Tower Games. You can probably catch it at the Tabletop Tap Room.
Yeah.
Watch with me.
Radio Grognard Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Spotify and other places.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Glen's going to be coming back to his YouTube.
I'm making an effort.
I'm going to be let's say pounding his ass, but that can be taken out of context. I'm going to be I'll be encouraging him.
All right. Well, I've got a few irons in the fire, which I really wish weren't in there, but they are. So what are you going to do? So
at least they're not poking you. That's all I'll say.
That's true. Hey, I got blue eyes. How about that?
Blue eyes. You don't want us singing, folks. Do you trust me?
Me, yeah, but
you don't want me. You want Rach, but right now she's having a teeth cleaning.
We will get you guys to karaoke yet.
Oh boy.
That's why she wanted to come see us. That's the only reason.